Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best gaming keyboard. Starting at number 5. Rockcat Magma. You're not paying much for the Rockcat Magma, and that places it in a particularly popular category. We were impressed by the value for money on offer here. Unlike some other contenders in this space, though, you're still getting a smooth, responsive experience with 26-key rollover, anti-ghosting, extra macro functionality, and customizable RGB lighting zones. There are some sacrifices to be made to achieve such a low price tag, but if you're not interested in premium speed or aesthetic customization, those setbacks won't encroach on your day-to-day experience. Coming at number 4. Logitech G915 Lightspeed. The Logitech G915 sports the brand's trusted Lightspeed technology to provide a solid wireless connection no matter how frenzied your attacks are. Long considered the gold standard for wireless gaming keyboards, the G915 is a slimline powerhouse, offering a low-profile key set and a competitive battery life to boot. You'll be able to run this particular deck at full brightness for 30 hours. That's considerably better than the runtime of the Razer Black Widow V3 Pro for slightly less cash to boot. While some wireless decks can run for much longer than Logitech's without that RGB lighting, though, this is a solid all-rounder which will appeal to those looking for a balance between aesthetics and performance. With 5 dedicated macro buttons, a whole panel of media controls, and a sleek aluminum top caching, there's plenty of luxury baked into the bare bones of this device as well. Not only that, but this isn't exactly a new release, which means we're seeing those lofty $229.99/£209.99 starting prices sliding significantly. You'll likely find it closer to $180/£140 right now. At number 3. HyperX Alloy Elite 2. The HyperX Alloy Elite 2 sits in a Goldilocks zone of high-end features and reasonable pricing, making it the best gaming keyboard for the majority of users. That's because of the suite of onboard functions and the slick design of HyperX's proprietary red switches. It's difficult to find a deck that combines all of these specs into a price point that doesn't stray too far into the $100 bracket, and certainly not with the build quality on offer here. We were particularly impressed with the red linear switches tucked away under those pudding-style keycaps. There's far less travel time here, compared to the likes of Cherry MX and Gateron, which means we were able to feel the speed of a more twitch-sensitive switch without any accidental key presses. Everything feels slick and precise, even in more chaotic Fall Guys and Rocket League testing. Not only do those switches offer up a more precise actuation, though, but we also found them incredibly comfortable for both typing and longer play sessions. Number 2 of my list. Razer Synapse V2. In contrast to the Huntsman V2 analog's hefty MSRP, the Razer Synapse V2 is a budget-minded godsend. You're getting a solid performance at a respectable price here, with a range of dedicated features baked in on top. As a membrane device, this version of the Synapse is much quieter than the competition, a design feature that we particularly appreciated compared to the louder mechanical decks we're used to seeing. That's because its keys are pressing down on a rubbery sheet, meaning you don't get that distracting typewriter clack. In other words, it's perfect in a busy household or at work where you don't want to cause too much noise. And number 1. Razer Huntsman V2 Analog. The elevator pitch for this keyboard is right there on the tin. The Razer Huntsman V2 Analog exists to replicate the feel of an analog stick using switches that offer a sliding scale of actuation, rather than a simple on-off clicker. That isn't something we've seen before when it comes to the best gaming keyboards, and this piece of premium kit made a hearty impression as a result. That analog design might not sound like a big deal, but it is. Although many keyboards struggle with nuance when it comes to in-game movement, the analog imbues the WASD keys with a sense of precision they've never had before. We were surprised by the difference these switches made in Watch Dogs Legion, for example, giving us precise but subtle movement during our testing, to a level we hadn't experienced before. We were gently ambling around the map instead of pinballing across it, getting the drop on our foes by sneaking up on them slowly. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.